This is Giants baseball. Told straight. You're listening to NorCal Sports Network. No homers, no casuals. Just truth. Let's go!
All right, everybody. Welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network, a little Monday night edition. Looking to do Tuesday, Thursday, but we got some interesting stuff going tonight because I was down in Scottsdale today with Los D and Mark Graves. I'm not sure what's happening with our situation. I don't see what's going on. The live. There we go. They're starting to come in now. Okay. Started like low, only like 10 people. And here we go. We're coming in now. Mark Graves. Awesome day today. We went, watched the ball, some good ball practice, and then went to a wonderful Italian deli today. The Falcos in Scottsdale, just about 5 minutes from the stadium. And it was good. Good food, good fellowship, and we had a good day today. So wanted to bring you some of the news, what I saw, what I witnessed, and give you my take on those things. So how was your day today, Dallas?
It was good, just a normal day at the office here, but I did pay attention to the Giants news today with the Tony Vitello conference this morning that raised some eyebrows and got a lot of people talking, and then just kind of biding our time here for the next few days until they start playing some real baseball.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's address that right off the top, this whole thing about his press or whatever, his meeting in the dugout this morning with the beat writers and other reporters that were there, and Tony was talking about basically when did he take the job, when did they hear he was taking the job. Susan Slusser said 4 days or so about before he did, and all that stuff. And you know what, to me it's all overblown. People are acting like, oh, does Tony even want this job, and is he he's talking about, I think he's just probably had some feelings about it, and it was an opportunity to bring it up and felt like he just wanted to put it to rest. He's probably not really thrilled with the media itself. And
yeah, I think that's definitely the case. He was in an interview with Ken Rosenthal, and when he came out of the interview, he went immediately to meet in the bullpen with all the beat writers
in the dugout.
And I think he was a little heated at that point, and he wanted to get it off his chest, and he wasn't happy with how it got reported when he took the job. He hadn't actually accepted the job yet, as far as that's what the story is, that someone broke it early, and he jumped the gun, and he didn't have a chance to let people know within the Tennessee organization succession plan and all the things that he would want to get all of his ducks in a row first. So I don't think he was too happy about that, but this is a different situation in the major leagues. There's a lot of press, national media, and people want to get a jump on the story. So if they have it on authority that he's coming there, then they're going to report that, and that's going to happen. So you're going to have to, be ready to go, with these reporters, and know that it's a cutthroat business. They want to be first.
Yep.
They want to get the clicks, and it's a business, and he's going to have to get adjusted to that. So
it's not family. It's not familia, right? It's not like in Tennessee. It's more family. And by the way, I spoke with Tony today, and hopefully it'll work out. He has agreed to do an interview with me, hopefully next week. And great guy. I know Tony Basilio, who's from Knoxville. He's been on this channel after Tony was hired, and I brought up Tony Basilio to Tony Vitello, and we had a good talk with that, and it kind of broke the ice a little bit, and so I think I'm a friend of Tony's. I'm not like some of the rest of the hawks out there, especially the national media, people like Ken Rosenthal, who don't even think Tony deserves the job. So he was probably, and I didn't know that, Dallas, because I was already on my way when that happened. I was on my way to uh, the stadium this morning when he was probably speaking with Rosenthal, and I'm sure that probably got him defensive. I don't know. I didn't hear the interview, but I knowing Ken Rosenthal, who doesn't think he deserves the job, he's come out and said it. So maybe there was some stuff there.
Yeah, I think so. And I think he was a little heated and he wanted to get it off his chest, and he did that. And, that's just kind of a look at he's going to wear his emotions on his sleeve, and that's going to be, during the games also. And for better or for worse, that's going to be who this guy is. And it's going to be this is another learning curve of dealing with the media. And that's just going to be part of this whole process of acclimating to the major leagues. So this is how it's going to go, I think.
Yeah. If you guys didn't hear from Tony, if you don't have Twitter, here was Tony Vitello earlier today at Scottsdale.
Hey, this is Tony Vitello with the San Francisco Giants, encouraging you to listen to Dan on the NorCal Sports Network.
All right. And, I accidentally cut it off because I messed up the first two takes. My phone was acting up. And when he got that out, I was like, oh, good. And I cut it off, and he was saying, take care, go Giants.
We'll have AI add that in later.
Take care, go Giants. But that was Tony Vitello earlier today.
And Dan just shut himself off. So in a minute, he'll realize that he's gone, and he'll throw himself back into the video here. That's cool, though. Got to talk to the man himself, the manager, and boy, that's very cool. There's Dan.
Me and technology do not get along. I hit the wrong button, obviously, and just ejected myself from the show. But hey, BC, you're welcome in here anytime. But I don't know what your point is with all the Go Dodgers stuff every night. Just, hey, good. Go Dodgers. There we go. We said it. Go Dodgers. What does that do for the show? Come on.
He wants to go back to back to back.
All right. Well, give us some like some real baseball meat, like give us a story. We just come on here and say, go Giants for 60 minutes. What does that do? Anyway, what I saw today, though, guys, very interesting. I want to get into this because I watched a lot of drills, and I'll be very honest with you. I probably enjoy watching spring training drills and the team practice more than the games themselves, because the games are, I get to really watch and see what's going on, get a feel. This team is loose. A lot of fun. I've watched this team for the last every year in spring training for the last 5 years. Okay. And this team looks different. It looks very different. It looks like they're having a lot of fun. It looks like there's energy. Tony Vitello is out there with a glove. Tony Vitello is out there with a bat, hitting balls to the outfielders. He's engaged. He's walking around. This isn't your typical major league manager who's just kind of watching. This is a manager that he's buying in. And I'm telling you, there's a drill that I want to watch. I have not seen this drill the last 5 years at any of the Giants practices. Doesn't mean they didn't do it, just means they didn't see it. But I believe that fundamentals are being implemented more with an emphasis on fundamentals and communication than other teams with Melvin and Kapler. Let me give you some.
What was the drill?
Well,
A
what
bunt?
this drill? No, this was they had a really cool machine that would judge where the ball goes, and it would shoot up a pop-up into the outfield, short, shallow right field, or short, shallow left or center, and the second baseman and the first baseman were all running back, for the pop-up, and then the outfielder would charge, and if the outfielder could get it, he was supposed to call off the infielder, right? And it was loud. It was loud. They were emphasizing, I got it, right? Now, and this machine was just like unbelievable. Some of them were short, some of them were a little further, and I'm like, man, that's a pretty cool machine. I never wish I would have had one of those. So
yeah, that should be called Elliot Ramos's best friend.
Yeah. So let me put this. Let me see. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to pull up a fly ball. This one's pretty comical. What I love about this one, this is Luis Arraez going back, and I'm going to play. Describe it for you so I can set it up. Arraez, and I'll get to Luis Arraez. But Arraez was calling for the ball really loud, and Jung-Hoo Lee came in, and you're just going to have to watch it because it's hilarious. Because Jung-Hoo Lee's usually the outfielder, like you'll hear Harrison Bader. I've got one where Harrison Bader calls off either Casey or Arraez. He's like, I got it. Listen to Jung-Hoo Lee. He just yells, hey! It's hilarious. Okay. This is fun. This is a fun one. I just started laughing. All right. Let me get, oops. I got several here. Oops. Where is it? Sorry. We got a lot of drills here. I don't know what happened to it. Here it is. All right. Here's the one I want to play. Hold on. Let me. All right. Let me just. You got it up? Okay, it's there. All right. Is that larger there? Okay.
Yep, that's good.
Let me hit the play. Here we go. Okay, Luis Arraez, who, by the way, looks great out there, and I'll tell you in a little bit about him. He looks thin. He looks quicker. He looks in great shape, and I saw him make some great plays at second base today on a drill, and we'll show you that here. But listen to Arraez call the ball, and then at the last moment, Jung-Hoo Lee calls him off. Play it again here.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what you got there is Jung-Hoo Lee, who probably forgot the English version of I got it, just yelled, hey! Meaning get out of the way. And you see Arraez just peel off there. So we'll do it one more time for you guys here. Check it out here. So everybody started laughing there, including some of the players, because Jung-Hoo is he's quite the character there, and so was Ramos. Ramos, pretty interesting character, going around just being kind of a jokester to all the teammates and stuff. So that was. Now let me show you if I can pull up some Luis Arraez. We got some Luis Arraez on the infield. What this drill was the the slow roller. You didn't know where the ball was going. Was the pitcher gonna get it? Was it gonna be first baseman getting it with the pitcher covering the bag, or was the second baseman gonna grab it? And what they were practicing on was the second baseman would come in, charge, scoop with the glove, and toss it to first with his glove, not using his bare hand. Okay. So I was very impressed with Luis Arraez today with some balls that he was scooping up quickly. And just look at his body. You've seen Luis Arraez before, a little pudgy. I don't see that pudginess in him right now. I see a guy who looks like he is determined. Here's my take on Luis Arraez. Luis Arraez is in a contract year, and the money is not being a guy that can only hit. I think he's saying, like, this is my opportunity to really show myself that I can play the field and be a valuable defensive player and an offensive player, and he wants that multi-year contract. He's probably looking, my guess is Luis Arraez would like to get, a 3-4 year deal that gives him, like say a 4-year deal, $60 million, something like that. That's what Arraez is trying to get, that payday. And he hasn't been able to get
he
it.
could get it too. He's got the hitting. If he can come in and play a serviceable defense, his WAR goes, from whatever it is, 1.2 to 3.5, and then all of a sudden he's in for a big payday. So I understand why he wants to do it.
Yes.
And that's the reason he came here, is because the Giants said, okay, you can play second base.
Yeah. Okay. So this one, let me cue this one up. This is Arraez charging. He ends up getting it with his glove and throws it to Rafi, flips it to Rafi, I should say, and Rafi dropped it. And if you listen closely, you'll hear Luis say, come on, Rafi. He's a little jitterbug out there hustling around. So I'm going to show you Luis Arraez right here. Here we go.
Behind the kind of short.
Good play, Luis.
Come on, Rafi. Rafi dropped it.
All right, so this is.
I don't think he knew,
so here's the
didn't
ball.
think he was going to flip it like that.
Okay, Casey flipping over to
Job,
Bryce. All right, and then we even have Matt Chapman here at first base, which I thought was interesting. Okay, Rafi Devers. Okay, should be Arraez here, or maybe this is Koss. Yeah, this is Koss.
That's Christian Koss there.
Smooth there, Bryce.
Yeah, he looked good. I got another play of Bryce I'm going to show you next. Okay, here he is. Look at that. Look at. See how he looks? Doesn't he look thinner? He looks to me like he's in much better shape. Chapman. Okay, so what I'm noticing is a lot of energy out there. Guys are talking, having fun. It is only the second day of full team workouts. Yesterday was the first, but
and there Dan goes again. Push the wrong red X. There's the one on the video we were watching, and then there's the one that's the stream that was broadcasting his signal. So he's going to go find the link and pop right back in. And
yeah,
there he is.
There I am. I keep doing. What had happened is I'm on StreamYard and not on X, and I'm hitting back, and I'm knocking myself right out of the deal here. So there's that one. Now we got a really nice play by Bryce Eldridge on a let me see which one. Oh, I'll do the Bryce one, and then I got a funny one on Devers. Okay. The funny ones are great. Let me see. Is this the one? Okay, here we go. Well, it's buffering, so I don't know. Let me close out of X, go back in, and then I'm going to play for nice little stretch here by Bryce Eldridge on a play where the Casey, I think, flipped him the ball, and why is it not showing up on here? Hold on. Okay, here it is. I got to pull it up here. 1, 2. All right. So all these buttons you have to click to pull these up. Okay. So this one is a stretch. Same drill. I think it's Casey flips it over to Bryce.
They do. They can get some damn pitching. Here's Keith. Stretch, Bryce. They do. They can.
Let's watch this again. Look at Bryce. It's 6'7". Watch the stretch on him.
Stretch, Bryce.
Now, hold on. You know what? Let me look at it again. I think he's using the wrong foot. No, he's got the right foot. He's got the right foot. Okay. I thought he did his left foot. I'm going to watch this again.
Here's Keith. Stretch, Bryce. They do.
Oh,
Not the most graceful, but it's tough when you're that tall.
yeah.
Stretch, Bryce. They do.
So,
Get some damn pitching. Here's Keith.
so we got that one. Now, we do have another one we do have another one here that I want to show you guys that is from Rafi Devers going back on a ball hit down the right field line on the pop-up drill. And what's funny about this one is listen for Rafi Devers call it. He does a Dave Fleming on the home run in the 2010 World Series on who hit that homer for the shortstop? Enteria. Remember Dave Fleming's voice cracking?
Sure.
All right, listen for Rafi Devers as he goes back on this ball. Do I have it up? No, let me pull that back up and we'll go right here. There we go. All right, full screen. Rafi Devers going back on a pop-up, everybody. Listen closely to his voice. It's pretty funny. We play that again.
Who was that? I didn't see. Whose voice was that would crack him? Devers? I was watching through the video. I couldn't see.
That's Bader. No, that's Gilbert. That's Drew Gilbert.
Not surprising. Who was that? I didn't see. Whose voice was that would crack him? Devers? I was watching through the video. I couldn't see.
You can hear him really well with no one there, but it's good to get that practice in because when there's 35,000 or whatever, it's
Absolutely.
you need it.
Great point. Yeah. So these were some interesting things, and then we had some live batting practice. I have video of that. Robbie Ray was pitching, and you heard the grunts, the full live batting practice, like a game situation. Now, here's what's interesting about the batting practice. Luis Arraez faced him first. Next was Willie Adames. After that was Rafael Devers. And after that was Matt Chapman. So right now, I think that's your going into spring training games. It may change, but I think that is the actual mindset of Vitello right now. I hope it changes just because I don't think Chapman is best suited in the cleanup role. Now, I think if Chapman can go down to 6, and then later, after those guys finished hitting, they hit off of a couple guys, and then Tidwell came in, and then Keaton Wynn, and then it became, I think Ramos batted next, and then Bader. And then after that, I'm trying to remember who was hitting, but Casey might have hit in there. Casey was batting. You know, I'm trying to remember when Eldridge came up, but live BP was good. But the drills are a lot of fun, a lot of fun, and you get the chance to see everybody down there. I saw Buster Posey in the dugout watching very intently, all by himself, like almost like you would picture Big Brother watching over everybody, right? He's looking
Big
and going,
Buster.
yeah. Big Buster was not talking to anybody. No one was around him. Zach Maniason was up in the stands right behind home plate, watching intently. But Buster had an eye, and I said something to Los about this. I said, interesting, if you or I were Buster, we'd probably be sitting in that position going, okay, I've got decisions to make. I'm watching just to see how everybody reacts and how are they hustling? Are they hitting in the cage? I thought what was interesting is Tony came up. He was behind first base and he had a glove on and he was just watching the guys take BP. And then as soon as Encarnacion came up, he went up to the cage and just stood there and watched. And I thought, interesting.
Well, there's not that many guys with question marks on their back,
Right.
that are, you know, on the fielders or, you know, batters. The bullpen is entirely question marks, except for a couple of guys. But it's really just the fringe guys in the lineup that's going to, you know, be a question mark, whether that's Matos or Encarnacion or Koss or Fitzgerald. You know, these are the guys that have a chance to make it. And the backup catcher, you know, the big question mark. So those are the ones that, you know, will be, he'll have decisions to make on. And then the entire bullpen, basically.
Yes. I totally agree. There's a lot of decisions to be made. I didn't see much of Matos today. Didn't see him really. I think he was in the outfield. I was looking for Fitzgerald. I didn't see Fitz. So, yeah, exactly. So
was Barry Bonds there? Austin wants to know.
Did not see Barry. Did see Bonta Hill from NBC Sports Bay Area. Spoke with Bonta for a while. Good guy, really good guy. I think we'll get him over here on NorCal Sports Network. Let me see. Spoke with Bobby Evans today. And Bobby was, he said it's early. You know, there's a lot of excitement, but it's early, you know. And, you know, guys are excited to be there and stuff. But this is the week that they bond and get everything in. Because once games start Saturday, there's not a lot of time for drills anymore. Sometimes you got split squads and you got guys going on a bus to one park and then others are staying back in Scottsdale. And, you know, it's just, but the drills, I was very
I wonder if that wouldn't even be a better, I mean, they've done this forever, you know, but why not have another week of drills and then start the games?
Like 2 weeks? You mean come in
or
for
play
2
a
weeks?
week of games? I'm sure there's money involved, you know, with having the games and selling tickets and, you know, the whole thing. Spring training's a big business, but it does look like they're getting, you know, some good work in out there. So hopefully they have time to continue that as they prepare. And it's, a lot of guys are going to get that. I'm sure Eldridge is going to be doing a lot of drills. The people that really need the work.
I agree. I had a promo from Harrison Bader today, and I messed it up. I thought I had the camera off and was turning it on, but I guess it was on, and I turned it off as he was giving me the promo. But he looked good in BP. Nice guy. I said, "Hey, welcome to the Bay," and he said, "Thank you." Let me see. Is this? Yeah, that's what I had him right at the very end, and he was doing he was getting ready to do a deal with me, and he comes up and telling him what to say, and then he said it, and I hit the wrong button, and there it was, gone. So
looks like that guy's been hitting the gym. He's put on some muscle. It looks like.
Yeah, he looked big. You know who looks.
Maybe his power numbers will be there.
I'm going to show you a photo or a video. I kind of zoned in. It's kind of weird, but I was like, Rafi Devers. I'm looking at his calves, right, and I'm trying to because he didn't wear. It was almost like he was trying to show off his calves today because he didn't wear socks. So let me see if I can find the video of Devers. But I was looking at him and going, man, that's not fat. That's muscle. That dude's built. I always thought he was kind of chunky.
Well, a lot of power is in the legs. You know that, so
right.
I mean, it's not surprising. But he's not going to be doing a lot of sliding in spring training practice, so
right.
He doesn't need the socks.
It was kind of funny because I'm going to see if I can find the video. I've got so much. Oh, here it is. Let me push play here. Well, I guess he had socks, but he didn't have
Long
pants
socks.
on. See those thighs? Look at the muscle movement. That is muscle. Because I could see it contract. I was like, dang, that dude is strong. I remember when we had Casey on the last time, we asked who had the most power, and he said, "Oh, Rafi, like by far."
You might have discovered his secret.
Yeah. So we had that. We got Bryce Eldridge and Drew Gilbert standing next to each other. That looks pretty hilarious at first base. So I'll pull that up here.
Yep, there it is. Gilbert and Goliath.
Yeah, Gilbert and Goliath. I like that. Now, I want you to notice Bryce. He's put on some weight, muscle. Look he's filling in. The guy is massive. He was skinnier last year. Bryce Eldridge is growing in to his 6'7" frame. And, he's Aaron Judge. I'm not comparing him to Aaron Judge at all. I'm just saying his numbers in 3 years in the minors are pretty much identical to Aaron Judge's numbers, OPS, power, batting average, all of that. And Bryce is 4 years younger.
Yeah.
4 years younger. So just for that reason alone, I would not give up on Bryce Eldridge, because what happens if he starts blossoming? And you don't, hey, look, there's a lot of people that say, get rid of him. He might not ever pan out. And that's possible. But Aaron Judges don't grow on trees. Players with that type of power. What happens if...
No, if he develops big-time power, you get him earlier in their career like this, and that is just a gold mine. You are taking advantage of all those arbitration years, and you get 7 years of control and great production. So it's the deal would have to be really sweet in order to pull that trigger, and there are still question marks. So a lot of teams aren't willing to do it, I think.
Yeah. Did I see Marty Lurie? Yes, I spoke with Marty Lurie today for a good 5-10 minutes. Yep. Marty's doing great. Plenty of other things. I saw a lot of drills that, Ramos looks good. I mean, right now, I will say that both Chapman and Devers struck out, but with Robbie Ray. And Ray was, who was it? Ryan Walker. That's right. Ryan Walker came in after Robbie Ray. He was the next pitcher. And what did he do today? He hit
What?
Rafi Devers. But it was an off-speed pitch that was breaking into the dirt, and it hit Rafi in the foot. So
I thought you were going to say in the calf. That would have been
hit him in the calf, and it went off the wall. No, I was like, oh no, here we go again. But he did hit him on an off-speed, like splitter, whatever. What are they? Slurve, curve. But it was fortunately very slow. But everybody kind of panicked a little bit. Like the players came that were behind the cage, like, oh no, Rafi.
They were worried that Devers was going to charge the mound.
He did. He did.
Now that'd be some news story.
Yeah, that would
have something hilarious to write about then.
Yeah, he did. When he tried to get out of the way, though, it was kind of like you did sit there for a second, and go, hope he didn't pull something, because he did try to. His legs kind of split a little bit as he tried to get out of the way. So it wasn't hard hit. Devers was fine, but I thought, oh boy, here we go. But I thought Walker and his, otherwise looked pretty decent. Arraez hitting off live, making contact every time. No one struck him out. I would have said, let's see, who else looked good in live BP? Where did Jung-Hoo Lee bat? I think he batted, where Lee was? I think Lee was like 7th. I think it went Ramos, Bader, Lee.
Yeah. I could see that being the case. They're not going to put, coming out of spring training last year, they were batting Lee in the cleanup and the 3-hole,
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking last year, but they were like, okay, this guy's healthy. Now he's our best hitter. And this was, of course, pre-Devers. But, I don't know that you need to be putting that much pressure on Lee, getting him thinking that he's got to be the hero. He just needs to do his part, get on base, and let someone else knock him in. So down in the order might be the place for Lee. I could even see him hitting 9th and, setting up the top of the order. But, we didn't see much of that with Melvin. It was always Bailey hitting 9th for the most part, or, if Christian Koss is playing, whoever the weakest link is hitting 9th under Melvin. And we'll see if that's the case with Vitello, or if he is a little more creative, doing the Tony La Russa thing with messing around with the lineup.
Right. Exactly. I'm just trying to see what is going on here. Okay. Yeah. So, but anyway, let's wrap up here. We're not going to go too long tonight. Let's just kind of, we started a little bit with this Tony V stuff. I just want to just kind of, people who are writing and talking and saying, Tony, shut up, stop talking about Tennessee, you're in San Francisco now. Look, this guy he's probably not used to the national media being like coming at him and all these different things. And I just think he really loved Tennessee, and wasn't sure what he wanted to do, but he made a commitment. He's here. I think he wants to be here. I think he's.
Oh, of course he does. But he's a talker, and
Yeah.
where like today, where they said, Marty was on KMBR and he said, where Bob Melvin would give you a 20-second answer, Vitello gives you a 5-minute answer, to a question. And so
Right.
he likes to talk. He's got time to fill. What do you fill it with? Well, you fill it with your experience. He only has experience at Tennessee. That's the extent of the majority of his career experience. So he doesn't have anecdotes from the major leagues that he could refer back to. And so all of his experience is based on his Tennessee experience. And so that's what, he talks about. But I could see that wearing a little bit thin until he gets some real experience under his belt. Maybe he does need to, temper those, the Tennessee talk a little bit because, he's here now. So they said that on KMBR. Larry and FP were on
I did hear
KMBR for a
yeah.
good 5 hours today or something. They did a really long Giants show, and that was one of the things they talked about is you're going to have to, you're in the big leagues now. So we'll see if that continues, but it may continue until the real games are starting and he's starting to build his own major league experience.
I'll tell you what. If the Giants win, people could care less if he talks about Tennessee if they're winning.
Absolutely.
They'll be like, whatever. If the Giants are in the playoffs and they're winning and they're playing good baseball and he's talking about his experience at Tennessee, no one's going to give a crap. What's going to happen is if he talks Tennessee and they're losing, they're probably
bad luck.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and like you said, that's all he's got to go on. Give him after, a couple of months into the season, 60 games in. I'm sure he's going to be focusing in on, what's been happening in the season.
Sure.
So,
this is only the second day everyone's been there, right? Or the
second
third
full day. Yeah. Second full day. Yeah.
So, he's starting to build major league experience starting yesterday or the week before when pitchers and catchers reported. And, it's going to be a transition. And, we're going to.
I agree. Leave Tony alone. Come on. I think people who are looking at his lack of experience are going to be shocked when they see that this team will be a fundamentally sound team. I can almost guarantee that this team is going to be more cohesive. Did you hear what Matt Gage had to say? Where did I read that? Let me see if I can find it here. Let's see. I heard a comment. I don't know where I saw it. I don't know if I saw it on Twitter or if I saw it on something. I'm looking for it. You know what? I'm going to probably have to go. It was on Twitter, so it might have been on the San Francisco Giants page. What's going on here? Come on. Nope, I got into the SF Giants. I'm looking for their page. I don't know where to see it. Oh, I'm on the wrong. I'm searching a list. I need to search. All right, let me look and see if it's in here. I thought it was pretty interesting what he said. A lot of highlights there. Anyway, I may not find it, but Matt Gage was saying, "What's it like?" With Tony, he says, "Oh, it's like it's a great camaraderie. It makes you just want to go to practice and can't wait to get out there and run through a wall for them. You're just feeling like feels like." I think his words were something like, you feel like it's almost like college or something again. There's a lot of, I was thinking about this.
New energy.
I was thinking about this. Ball players are like kids. I mean, they're playing a kid's game, right? It's a fun game to play. And if your manager is out there engaged and having your coaches and you're doing stuff that's and you're hustling and you're like, you get energized. When you have a guy, I'm not saying anything negative about Melvin. He was just a different personality, but when he's just, there's not a lot of communication. It's just business. Like, show up, do your job. It's business. These guys are adults, but they're also playing a kid's game.
Mm-hmm.
And
they are. I mean, there is an adjustment period. He's just now starting to build rapport with these players. Everyone says the right things getting off to this start, but this is going to be another 5 weeks of spring and then a very long season. And they're going to have their trials and they're going to be tested.
Yep.
And this first year is going to be really interesting to see how it shakes out.
Yeah. And they're also going to have, he's a personality that probably people will love. And then there'll be probably a couple that he may rub the wrong way and things, that's just the way life is in any organization. And he may be a guy that now he was at Tennessee for 8 years, but you got to realize they're shuffling guys out every 2 to 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. It's not long term. So
right. You don't want to get to the Jim Harbaugh thing where the shtick, after they've been through it for a few years, starts to wear a little thin.
I would say
he's a very smart guy.
Yeah.
I think, we'll see. It's going to be an adjustment, but I think there's a better chance of him being able to adjust to the major leagues than him, being stuck in college land forever. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
It's a completely different game, but it's the big leagues, it's a whole different thing. And as he gets into this process, he's going to get accustomed to that and get used to the fact. And, it's going to be like us when we look back at high school, it's like we had some good times there, but it's a long way away. And, the real world is a whole lot different. So, there's kind of an analogy there of graduating to the big leagues and, he's going to make that adjustment.
Yeah. By the way, just looking at the dimensions of Scottsdale Stadium, it's bigger than Oracle Park in some ways. It's 430 to center field. It's 339. No, 360 to left field. And at Oracle, it's only 339 to left field. And it's 399 to center. It's 430. This is a big park.
There's a little less ocean breeze knocking it down the balls, though.
Yeah. But Bader's first practice was yesterday. I'm watching something over on the practice field there. Okay. So, I think it's a matter of let's see what's going on. I'm going to try to get out there a little bit more this week if I can and get a little bit more. I just enjoy just sitting and watching. I probably could have stayed all day, but it was a good day to go because it was a holiday, no traffic. So just going in and leaving, no, morning traffic, no late afternoon or early afternoon traffic. So,
but guys, when there's no game, it makes it a little easier.
Yeah. And the first game is Saturday against the Seattle Mariners. So that should be interesting. I wonder if the Vets will play in that. I would assume they will. But we'll see. It's just the first game. So, a lot going on. I mean, they got like 12 coaches. I did see Ron Washington, said hello to him. Didn't see Jace Tingler out there. He was there, but I just didn't know. I don't, from a little further away, I don't know which one was him. So,
I saw him in a video out there today. So,
okay. Yeah. Did I cry because Kaiwei Ting was not out there? Yeah, we did. We all shed a little tear for Kaiwei. I will be going to the Peoria game, the first game on the 21st, this Wait, this Saturday. Yeah, this coming Saturday, I will be there. So, yeah, I think it was overall a very good, um, you know, practice. It's, again, it's practice, but what I do think that makes this team. Los and I were talking about it. There's a good mix. There's a good mix between youth, somewhat youth, and uh, some vets. Let's just take a quick peek at this because the Giants really, Dallas, are not that old when you look at their roster. Let me pull up their roster here, and I'll okay. So um, the pitching staff, if you look at Birdsong, he's like turns 25 this year. He's 24 right now. Just looking at guys that not every pitcher. I'm not going to look at Brubaker, Bivens. Okay, Budo is just turned 28. Henches is a little older. He's 30. He'll be 30 this year. Hauser is even older. He's 33. Molly's going to be 34 or 32. I mean,
Well, 32. Yeah.
You got Ray, who's a vet. He is 34. Will be 35.
All you got is Roop and Webb under 30.
Okay. But you look at the catchers. Bailey is going to, in May, he'll turn 27. Rodriguez is going to turn 24 in April. Susak is going to be 25 in May. And then Adames is 30. Arraez is going to be 29 here in April. Chapman, we already know, is in April. He will turn 33. Eldridge is 21. Koss is like 20, what, 8?
5. Was he 28?
28. And Casey is just in March will turn 27. March 1st, 99. So that'll make him 27. Yeah. All right. Then you got Bader. He's a little older. He'll be 32 in June. He's 31. Gilbert is only 25. Jung-Hoo Lee is going to be 28 in August, so he'll be most of the year 27. Matos is only just turned 24. Ramos will be 25 until September when he turns 26. Devers is born in 96, so he'll be he turns 30, right? 26 and 4. He turns 30 in October, so he's 29 all year. So you got a lot of guys that are still 20s. You got a few in the 30s. But overall, you got a little bit more young. When I say younger, most guys hit about 24, 25 in the major.
Yeah, they're not old. They're not super young. Eldridge is super young. A couple guys are younger, but they're not. There's only a few guys that are over 32, 33.
Yeah. So, but anyway, guys, appreciate you watching the show. By the way, want to mention to you that we are sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is, let me pull up the where are we going to go here? Get the NCSN. I got to find it. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Prize Picks. You guys really should look into making sure you sign up for Prize Picks. It's a lot of fun. And you can look at the in the description of the video, you can look it up. The code, you can use that promo code NCSN, because Prize Picks, what it is, it's a daily fantasy app where you build lineups by choosing whether players will have more or less than a projected stat total. Right now, new users can get $50 in lineups when they play their first $5 lineup, win or lose. So you don't even have to play 50 to get 50. You just play 5 and you get 50. Prize Picks is available in 45 states, including California and Texas. Download the Prize Picks app today. Build your lineup and follow along while watching the games. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. We're going to start doing some Prize Picks right during the Giants games this year. We'll do them right up on the screen. We'll do a little breakdown and do some predictions. Pull up the app, but Prize Picks, it's a lot of fun, and you just pick the more or less, and you see. And a lot of times there's a promo, like in the Super Bowl, it was like Drake May, if he passes for 1 yard, you get one right. If you pick more, obviously you're going to pick more 1 yard passing. So then if you get 2 other ones right, you make some money. So a lot of fun. So go download Prize Picks. Make sure you put that NCSN code in and enjoy yourselves. I know Senior likes to play with Prize Picks. I've seen a couple of his tickets that have looked pretty good, and I may call on some people as we bring up some of the little plays that we do. And our other sponsor that we want to thank for this show is Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in all of California. Make sure you give Chapman Law Group a call. David Chapman and his group, 415-613-9483. Big supporters of the show. They will help you in any legal matter. But if you got a personal injury situation, wow, give them a call. Remember, when that injury or anything comes up, maybe a friend got in an accident, let them know about David Chapman and his group over there. Calls free, consultations free. Let them help you out. They will get you top dollar. 415-613-9483. And if you guys would smash that like button right now, I don't know how many we got watching. Let me take a look here. I think it's, what do we got here? Let me pull up our little deal here live. NorCal Sports Network says we've got, hold on here. How many likes do we got? We got 33. Let's see if we can get that up to 50. So if everybody would just hit that like button that's watching right now, go ahead and do that. That will help push the algorithm out to more people. So we do appreciate that. Dallas, give us your final
like
thoughts.
it right now.
There we go.
Hold on, let me push the like button.
I can do the same thing. There it is. I was number 35. What number
I have
were
to listen
you?
to an ad first.
Oh, you might be number 36. I bet you somebody beat you to 36 that's in the chat
All
right
right, here
now.
we go.
Oh, someone's at 36.
Oh, I'm 36.
Oh, okay. All right. That means the audience is slacking. We're going to have to come down now. Anyway, guys, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back. We may be back tomorrow night. We'll see. This was just kind of an impromptu because of some of the stuff that I picked up today, and I really enjoyed myself and had a great time with Mark Graves out there and Los D. So, give you our perspective. I think Arraez is going to have a big year. 319. I don't remember what we picked before. I think I might have said, I don't know, maybe I said less. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a big year, 319. So
I like it.
Hey, Dom, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Dom Peralta. Oh, by the way, guys, they'll be here shortly. The new NorCal Sports Network business cards. I can give you a little bit of a sneak preview. There is the front. Look at that. That's the front. They should be here Friday. Dom Peralta did that. And let me show
Now
you.
everyone's got your phone number, Dan. They're going to be calling you, texting you.
Oh, shoot. It's on there. That's all right. Whatever. Now I'll have to show you. Let me see. The backside.
So now you can just text your complaints directly to Dan.
Yeah. Look at the backside there, guys. There's the barcode. Monthly Giants tickets giveaway. There we go. There's my mug. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So going to be fun. We'll have these out here in a few days. And appreciate everybody. Yes, Austin Tates, I will contact Papa Dan tonight. All right. Well, my phone goes on Do Not Disturb here. In fact, it's 10 o'clock here, so it's time for bed. So anyway, appreciate it. So T-shirts are right. Hey, we will be getting some T-shirts soon. As soon as we got the logo and everything, we'll put some T-shirts together. We'll put maybe some Pick a Lane shirts. We'll have some fun with it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let's go out with some new music. Let's go out with this one, Mark. It's called an opening, but I'm using it as a closing. Here we go. I mean, Dallas said Mark. Here we go.
This one's a banger.
Yeah, now I can talk over it. Thank you, Austin. Appreciate that. Yeah, I made this one myself. I mean, I didn't make the music, but I said this is what I was looking for. I picked the instruments and then AI did the rest. Not bad. Not bad.
Not
right,
too
guys.
shabby.
Appreciate you watching. We'll probably see you tomorrow night. And baseball's here. We got it for you all right here on NorCal Sports Network. We'll bring it to you. And as the season really gets progressing and underway, we'll be here a lot more than maybe you want to see us. maybe more than we want to be on. I don't know. Good night,
Depends on
everybody.
how it goes.
Take care. We'll see ya. Good night.